The high dodgeball one. I'm Timmy Teel. Most people call me Tim. I posted an assignment already of introducing myself because honestly, I prematurely did the assignment. I didn't actually look at the whole syllabus yet, and I do apologize for that. But here's the assignment now. Um, I originally from Texas way back in the day. Moved over to Stuttgart, Arkansas, about when I was about 7, 8 years old, and stayed there for the rest of my time. Graduated from there and everything, and played football in high school. And I come from a decently large family. I have two brothers and one sister. My mom and dad, they didn't. Uh, One of them didn't finish high school, and the other one never went to college. And I always had everything I ever needed, but it was always a struggle, and that's why I always kind of wanted to, come to school and be a teacher and a coach. And as of, you know, always have wanted to do. I don't know, my parents did the best they could, but I always wanted, not to have to be in a struggling situation that we were in. Um, I've had my fair share of factory jobs and fast food jobs. I didn't actually start school till I was 21, 22, and and it was during those jobs that I realized that I wanted to go to school. So I'm truly blessed to be in. I'm truly blessed to be in the MAT program right now, and excited to be here and be working on my master's. I'm actually, the first of anybody in my dad's family, with the exception of a distant cousin, that have gotten a degree, and it's because of their support that I. It's because of their support that I've been able to do what I've been able to do, and maybe not. They weren't always able to help me financially, but emotional support and making sure I'm doing right and not letting me, live down my live step away from an opportunity. It's because of that. And they always saw me, even when I was working at those jobs, they always saw me as more than just a factory worker. And it took a second, but after working there for a while, I saw myself as more than that too. And so I always appreciated them for that. I'm currently not teaching anywhere right now. I did attempt at a couple of jobs and it didn't follow through. It didn't come to fruition. I was the last one. I was the last candidate at a few of them, but unfortunately, again, didn't happen. Right now, I'm actually volunteer coaching at Drew Central. I'm a defensive line coach for football, and I help out with baseball. But I'm hoping in the future actually stay at Drew Central and be teaching there at some point. I'm trying to finish up my sub application right now so I can substitute teach there, and that way later on down the road, maybe next year or even during the spring, if they need a teacher, they don't mind bringing me in because I've been there. But that's my future plans right now. And then eventually, obviously, one day, no person is okay with being settled in mediocrity. So I plan to one day be a head coach, obviously, and maybe even climb the ranks of college coaching, maybe. But I prefer high school because I like dealing with the kids and I like being there with them and everything. I don't really have any expectations of the master program. I mean, I'm just gonna do what I'm told and do what I need to do to have a good grade and to be able to get through it. And I never knew before. I mean, of course, the past couple years finishing up, I always knew I'd be the MAT, but it's kind of a surreal moment that I'm actually here, and pretty crazy that a Teel is has a chance of having their masters, much less a bachelor's, and it's just pretty cool. And that's not to say nobody in my family could ever do it. They could. They just never had the opportunity. And for me to have the opportunity out of any of them has just been a blessing. And I thank God every day for it. Interesting. I don't know. My biggest thing is I never really found myself to be too interesting. I'm kind of basic, don't really, have anything interesting to say about myself necessarily. I mean, I feel like I feel like when it comes to dealing with some of the teenagers and some of the kids that I coach, I mean, I feel like I'm approachable, but at the same time, how do I put it? But at the same time, I'm firm, not really, but kind of want to be. I feel like I can be a pushover sometimes, just because like I have a kid now that there's a chance he may not have a starting job, but I'm having a hard time taking away from him just because I've been coaching for a long time. And I know he's a good kid, and so, but that's about it. But I look forward to the MAT year, and I look forward to the assignments coming up. And again, I apologize for posting the assignment before I actually did a video. I prematurely did the assignment before reading the syllabus, and that's my fault, and I do apologize. But thank you, and have a thank you for the time, and I hope we have a good year.